Hey guys, what's up? All right, we got some updates to the Bone Spirit build. Previously in PTR, we tested the Poltergeist aspect, and it didn't do anything for overpowered Bone Spirit. It was a really great leveling tool. I actually used it leveling up a character on the PTR. It cleared a lot of screens when you're leveling, but it didn't overpower. It didn't interact with Imprisoned Spirit. It was just there. It was casting out the spirit plus three more, and that was it. Nothing unique about it. So none of us really even paid any attention to it going into Season 6. Well, originally we talked about how it would be great for speed leveling still. And so somebody today was actually looking at a speed farming build with it and I was in Ruse's chat while I was working, and guy comes in and says, "Hey, my poltergeist is overpowering," and we were like, "Nah, it can't be." So Riz hopped over, tested, and sure enough, it was, and it was interacting with Imprisoned Spirit as well. So for what Imprisoned Spirit does, for starters, Imprisoned Spirit allows when your Bone Spirit is cast, you get a second explosion with it. So this is what's been slotted in for actually 2 seasons. We used it last season. But going into this season with Bone Spirit, we lost the essence on kill. Bone Prison no longer worked as a minion for Requiem, so we lost the ability to get the extra essence from that. So this season's build really changed up, and we're focusing a lot on getting the lucky hit chance to restore your essence with primary resource. And what made the build function is we were using Shattering Spirit aspect. And that's the one where when you cast a Bone Spirit, you get 18 splinters that cast out with it. And so each of them had a chance to lucky hit. And slotting in Fist of Fate into the build gave us an additional lucky hit chance, as well as some neat little effects and a little bit average 50% multiplier. So we were using the Shattered Spirit to also proc our Essence Gem. Well, with the change to Poltergeist now overpowering and impacted by Imprisoned Spirit, it's changed the dynamic of this build. So not only can we switch out that aspect, Shattered Spirit, we can slot in a multi with it, and we don't lose our current multi. So with our build now, we don't have that many multiplier slots for aspects because we're using a lot of uniques, and those we're using Fist of Fate, we're using Banished Sword's Talisman, we're using Starless Skies, all of which have their own unique multiplier effect. But with this, we were using one multiplier plus Imprisoned Spirit, and then Shattered Spirit so we could get the Essence Gen. Now, with the new Poltergeist working the way it is, it's allowing us to have 8 Bone Spirits cast per spirit. Each of those has a chance to proc lucky hit. So we were able to ditch the Shattered Spirit and actually slot in a multi and switch the same essence generation we were getting from Shattered Spirit with another multi. So Poltergeist, what it says is when you cast, that is not it. There it is. When you cast, or when Bone Spirit explodes, you get 3 of them that seek out, and they're also going to explode. So what that looks like is when you cast it inside Imprisoned Spirit, you get all of these that are going to double hit. So you get the initial hit, then you get the other initial hit, and then you get all 3 of the splinters, or not splinters, but the poltergeists that are also double hitting. So you're getting the 3 splinters, or 3 poltergeists that double hit your spirit, and the double hit from your spirit, which is giving us 8 total spirits. Now, when you're looking at the essence regen on it, with the amount of spirits that are cast at once, you get a substantial amount of lucky hit from them with this build. And currently, with this build, the way that our gear's set up, we have 189% lucky hit chance bonus. So we're getting constant regen on our essence, and we don't have to lose the multiplier by using a utility aspect for Shattering Spirit. What this means for the build, when all of those spirits are going off total with Imprisoned Spirit, those singular impacts are getting about a 4 times multiplier for this build. So what that means for damage-wise, when you get a 40 billion initial hit, that ramps up to around 150 billion. Top end so far in the current gear, we've seen a 50 billion, a little over 50 billion initial hit, which is almost 200 billion damage. So the question was previously, how far could Spirit do versus Spirit Wave? No question whatsoever, Spirit with this new tech is hands down several pit tiers above. Now, disclaimer to that, Spirit Wave is still going to be better for rapid content. Blood Wave is still going to be better for open content. Minions are still going to be better for open content. But if you're looking at sheer raw power, Bone Spirit is going to be the way to go. And with the new tech, same setup. We were able to just clear 106 super easy. Got a really bad boss too and cleared it very well. So really cool tech. Upgrades on the gear. I do think this build is going to see 115 to 120 pit clears with the new tech. Just the amount of increased damage we're going to get from the build. All right, so that's what's going on with the new Spirit, the new tech, how it looks. If you got any questions about it, or you think you got some other tech you can use it with, what else could this do? What about regular machine gun bone Spirit? What does that look like? Because you get the extra multipliers from it. So there's a lot of tech that can be done with this. Let me know what you're doing with it. If you got any questions about how this functions, hit me in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.